these things, okay, when we don't regulate industry, what they do is what they always do. They start getting more and more, I'm going to say greedy. They take up more and more space, more and more land, make more and more money, and they don't pass the money down. Okay? Now I want to take you back a little ways so you understand what we're really coming from. Please remember that your founding fathers were wealthy people. Okay? Your founding fathers, so when we always talk about being such great people, such great thinkers, were wealthy people. Okay? Please notice that when they set up the government, they set up the government for wealthy people. Okay? When they decided who could vote, it was the wealthy people that could vote. Okay? Remember that the people who could vote had to own land, had to do this, had to do that, all this kind of, it was for wealthy people. And then, even though we talk democracy and talk a good game of democracy and equality, even there they did not trust the mass. So as a consequence, when they started talking about initially who was going to be the president was picked because they chose the president. Okay? They chose. The president was picked because they set up an electoral college. The electoral college was set up because the people like us, we're stupid. And only the educated people and the wealthy people should be directing the government. Okay? So please remember that when they start all this garbage about all the founding fathers, so-and-so, and so-and-so. Reality says that they were full of it. Okay? Not for their day. Okay? And bear in mind that all of the things that they were talking about was equality from their standpoint. There wasn't any evidence, nobody ever thought that women should be equal to men. That was just not it. And remember, our religion says the same thing. And especially this. Okay? Nobody ever, it didn't cross people's minds, so to speak, that people of color should be treated differently or treated the same. As we started expanding to the West, what we did to the Native Americans is just, it's a form. Okay? We basically wiped them out. Alright? And you'll notice that every treaty that was made with the Native Americans, every treaty was broken by us. Okay? They kept their word. We always changed ours. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that, but understand this is the way people are all over the world. Okay? The advantage you have is you must win. Because when you win, you write the history books. Okay? And you dictate what should be learned. When we get finished, the Native American was bothering us. We weren't bothering them. They were the victims. They were the savages. Okay? And when we got finished, we were doing black folks a favor by putting them in slavery. Isn't that what they taught you? They did us a favor. Alright? Because we were heathens and they taught us about religion. And if we'd have been sitting in Africa, we might be starving instead of starving on this plantation. Okay? Now, but the point is that what we have done is that we see that in the free market system, that the people who had power used that power to a large extent to, how can I say it, to stop others from competing fairly. Okay? I have to put some more on my notes here. Okay, but they stopped them from competing fairly. Okay? And this was done because what happened is that you had people like Rockefeller and Carnegie, okay, and there's somebody else, Morgan. You know his name here today? Like, this is from the J.P. Morgan Trust, okay, and this is the Rockefeller Foundation doing so and so. what they did is they formed monopolies, because that was a time when the government kept their hands off of everything, okay? And as they kept their hands off of everything, what they allowed people to do was to, how can I say it? They allowed the people to form the monopolies, and these monopolies went so far as to make sure that they drove other people out of business, okay? And so then what we had to do was find ways to stop that from operating, okay? Now, I want to turn to socialism, okay? And you will notice that under the there's a Soviet-style socialism. I know that. I didn't know. There's a Soviet-style socialism, in which what they did is they had to have a revolution basically to change their way of living. Because you will notice that capitalism is a very nice theory, okay? But what happened is that some people start saying, well, look, this is creating unequal competition, okay? Because what is happening is that we've got disparity between the haves and the have-nots. And so when they set up systems that say, look, we're going to overthrow the government, they overthrow the government, and they go in and they start setting up a socialistic system, whereas the people, they stop the private ownership and they have public ownership, okay? And as a consequence, what happens is that this works until you get these monarchs in power, you get these authoritarian people in power, and they start stifling dissent. And then they start getting greedy. And then what happens is that if you start trying to talk against the government, remember we have a spiral of silence. So the people learn the hard way that you don't talk about the government. And what happens is that the government comes in and they start killing people. They start taking people, putting them in prison. They send them to places like Siberia to just sit there and rot away. They take them to centers and they make them work farmlands and everything for no pay. Make little slaves out of them so that the system starts falling apart, so that they stay in power. Okay? Then after a while, they decide, if you jump about 20, 60 years, you'll discover that somebody else comes into power and they start saying, look, let's change this, okay? And they start moving away from this, I want to say, these punitive measures, and they try to open up the society, okay? Now, what happens is that we start discovering that there's such a thing that we call democratic socialism. Okay? Now, some countries are like a mixture. Now, when we say democratic socialism, what happens is that they have many of the means of production in private hands. Some of the means of production are in the hands of the state. Okay? And then what they do often is that they might do things like have health care for everybody. Free. The educational system might be free. Okay? All of these things that are sent down to the population or to the people. And when they do that, okay, what happens is that in this democratic socialism, the standard of living goes up. One of the things that will happen in these systems is that you pay higher taxes. One of the things that when we start talking about things like health care in this country, people get worried because they're saying, I'm going to have to pay more taxes for it. If we decided that we wanted to have free colleges for everybody, which we could do, okay? What that means is that we would have to pay more taxes in order for people to go to college for free. All right? And people balk against that. Why? Because we believe as individuals that you must rise from the lowest depths up to the highest depths. You must go through that. All right? So, now you'll notice that if you look at a place like Norway, okay, Norway has free health care, they have free higher education, and what happens is that they have state ownership of major industries like finance and things of that nature, okay, and they have a constitutional monarchy, but a parliamentary system. And they have what we might call the highest standard of living, almost the highest standard of living in the world. Okay? Notice that these mixed economies seem to raise the standard of living. That's not to say that we don't have a high standard of living in this country, but as a group, we have some people who have a very, very high standard of living. Some people have a medium standard of living, and others that have a low standard of living. Now, notice also, okay, that when we have a mixed market of both capitalism and some government intervention, the societies usually do better. Pure capitalism and pure socialism doesn't necessarily work as well, okay? You will also note that in addition, we talked earlier about what we call national security, and how people worry about that. And now today it seems that many people are worrying about their economic security. That is to say that you may be more concerned about whether you're going to be able to make a living, whether there's going to be a job out there for you, whether you're going to be able to buy a house and buy cars and things that you want, than whether or not we should be worried about terrorists. Okay? It's starting to change.